Welcome to I Can't Read. You can't read in this language. Well, almost. You can't read a lot of words except for the fact that, it's pronounced that. And I'm going to attempt to pronounce it. So you're just going to hear an edited crop of my sound. Feeling? No. So, phonology. For A. B. For B. M. For C. M. For D. For E. B. For F. B. For G. B. G. For H. 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 For I. H. 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 For J. H. H. For K. Z. For L. For M. For N. For O. For P. For Q. For R. For S. And for T. Other than terribly butchered pronunciations aside, next I'm gonna keep pointing out my terribly butchered pronunciation. So anyway, verb adjectives. I can read use such there to make verbs and adjectives using the AND operation. Now, the AND operation is really weird. And I determine whatever the right happens between words, so don't mind. These verb adjectives, whenever it happens, these verb adjectives will be represented with a V. The word orders are NV, NV, NN, V, 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 NN, V, 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 NV, NN, V, N, V, 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 N, V, N, V, N, V, N, V, 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 N, V, N, N, V, N, V, 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 N, V, N, V, N, V, N, V, N, 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 V, N, V, N, N, V. Is starting with a noun. Else, V, V, N, V, N, 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 V, N, N, V, N, V, N, V, N, V, V, N, V, 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 N, N, V, 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 N, 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 V, 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 N, V, N, V, N, V, N, V, N, 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 V, N, V, N, no, V, V, N, V, N, V, N, V, V, V is starting with a V. Or, N, V, 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 I'm not going to say all those V's. For sentences, I just need a lot of verb adjectives. Now, I have grammatical particles. I can use you speak, read, you can read, right? Take the frontal articulations of the first letter and the further back articulations of the second and make it a sound. And if the first letter has a grave accent, that means the frontal sounds, both letters. I have no idea what I placed here. Now, anyways, here's an example. I'm not pronouncing that, but I'm gonna try anyways. Now, yes, that, other than the terribly butchered pronunciation, yes, this can cause both voiceless and voiced consonants to be in the same phoneme. Yes. Okay, gender. So first, we have all of these genders. I don't care what it says intramasculine. Anyways, you can see this is quite inspired by but this is really just to spice up the words. And most of the time, only in very specific scenarios will you actually use these. General page 2, you can take your time to read it. And pause the video or something. Size. Yes. Okay. Next, the quote. Okay, sure. Now, don't care about the B movie script. I care about this. Yes. This thing. I'm going to terribly butcher the pronunciation. So if you don't mind, the rest of this video is gonna be me terribly butchering the pronunciation of this. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's me hitting on right. No, I don't. Yes, sir. What? Now, of course, I terribly butchered that pronunciation, and of course, there's a ton of background noise and